chapter 10. Now while Ezra prayed and made confession, weeping and casting himself down before the house of God, there was gathered together unto him out of Israel a very great congregation of men and women and children. For the people wept very sore. And Shechaniah the son of Jehiel, one of the sons of Elam, answered and said unto Ezra, We have broken faith with our God, and have married foreign women of the peoples of the land. Yet now there is hope for Israel concerning this thing. Now therefore let us make a covenant with our God to put away all the wives, and such as are born of them, according to the counsel of the Lord, and of those that tremble at the commandment of our God, and let it be done according to the law. Arise, for the matter belongeth unto you, and we are with you. Be of good courage, and do it. Then arose Ezra, and made the chiefs of the priests and of the Levites, and all Israel, to swear that they should do according to this word. So they swore. Then Ezra rose up from before the house of God, and went into the chamber of Jehohanan the son of Eliashib. And when he came there, he did eat no bread, nor drank water, for he mourned because of the faithlessness of them of the captivity. And they made proclamation throughout Judah and Jerusalem unto all the children of the captivity, that they should gather themselves together unto Jerusalem, and that whosoever came not within 3 days, according to the counsel of the princes and the elders, all his substance should be forfeited, and himself separated from the congregation of the captivity. Then all the men of Judah and Benjamin gathered themselves together unto Jerusalem within the 3 days. It was the 9th month, and in the 20th day of the month, all of the people sat in the broad place before the house of God, trembling because of the matter, and for the great rain. And Ezra the priest stood up and said unto them, You have broken faith, and have married foreign women, to increase the guilt of Israel. Now therefore make confession unto the Lord, the God of your fathers, and do his pleasure, and separate yourselves from the peoples of the land, and from the foreign women. Then all of the congregation answered and said with a loud voice, As you have said, so it is for us to do. But the people are many, and it is a time of much rain, and we are not able to stand without, neither is this the work of 1 day or 2, for we have greatly transgressed in this matter. And now our princes, all of the congregation, stand, and let all them that are in our cities, and have married foreign women, come to appoint times, and with them the elders of every city, and the judges thereof, until the fierce wrath of our God be turned from us, as touching this matter. Only Jonathan, the son of Asahel, and Yahziah, the son of Tikvah, stood up against this matter, and Meshullam and Shabbatai, the Levite, helped them. And the children of the captivity did so, and Ezra the priest, with certain heads of the fathers' houses, after their fathers' houses, and all of them by their names, were separated, and they sat down in the 1st day of the 10th month to examine the matter. And they were finished with all the men that had married foreign women by the 1st day of the 1st month. And among the sons of the priests there were found that have married foreign women, namely the sons of Yeshua, the son of Jozadak, and his brethren, Maaseiah, and Eleazar, and Yarib, and Gedaliah. And they gave their hand that they would put away their wives, and being guilty, they offered a ram of the flock for their guilt. And of the sons of Immer, Kanani, and Zebadiah, and of the sons of Karim, Maaseiah, and Eliah, and Shemaiah, and Yeiel, and Uzziah, and of the sons of Pashur, Elionai, Maaseiah, Ishmael, Nathanael, Jozabad, and Elasah, and the Levites, Jozabad, Shimei, and Kelaiah, the same as Kelita, Petaiah, Judah, and Eleazar, and of the singers, Eliashib, and of the porters, Shallum, and Telem, and Uri, and of Israel, of the sons of Parosh, Ram-Iah, and Itziah, Malchiah, Miamin, and Eleazar, and Malchiah, and Benaiah, and of the sons of Elam, Mattaniah, Zechariah, and Yeiel, and Abdi, Yeremoth, and Eliah, and of the sons of Zatu, Elionai, Eliashib, Mattaniah, and Jeremoth, and Zabad, and Atzitza, and of the sons of Babai, Yehochanan, Cananiah, Zabai, Athlai, and of the sons of Bani, Mashulam, Maluk, Adaiah, Yashub, Shea, and Ramoth, and of the sons of Pahat Moab, Adnah, and Kalah, Benaiah, Maaseiah, Mattaniah, Bazalel, and Benui, and Manasseh. And of the sons of Karim, Eleazar, Ishiah, Malchiah, Shemaiah, Shimeon, Benjamin, Maluk, Shemariah. Of the sons of Kashum, Mattanah, Zabad, Eliphalet, Yeremai, Manasseh, Shemai. Of the sons of Bani, Maadai, Amram, and Uel, Benaiah, Bedaiah, Kaluhu, and Baniah, Meremoth, Eliashib, Mattaniah, Mattanai, Yasai, and Bani, and Benui, Shemai, Shelemiah, and Nathan, Adaiah, Malchanabai, Shashai, Sharai, Azarel, Shelemiah, Shemariah, Shalom, Amariah, Joseph. Of the sons of Nebo, Yeiel, Mattatiah, Zabad, Zabina, Yadai, and Joel, Benaiah. And these had taken foreign wives, and some of them had wives by whom they had children. All right, let's go back up verse 1. And we remember yesterday, and it had been made known to Ezra, just want to support that the children of Israel, these that had been brought back from captivity, have taken to themselves these wives. They had taken unto themselves wives of these children, of whom some were of those that God had commanded when they come forth across the river, by the hand of even of Moses, before they come across the river, that they should not take of these wives of these tribes, of these 7 tribes, especially that was in the land, that God had sent them in there to drive out, because they had raised up images and had polluted greatly the land with their abominations, with all their high places and all their idols and everything they did. And this is where they had transgressed God from long ago. It's documented in the book of Genesis. We'll pick it up here in verse 1, and we'll find out when we left off in the last chapter. Ezra was praying unto God, and he had ripped his clothing, showing his disgust, and he had cast himself down and humbled himself before God. That's where we will pick Ezra up. Verse 1, Now while Ezra prayed and made confession, weeping and casting himself down before the house of God, there was gathered together unto him out of Israel a very great congregation of men and women and children, for the people wept very sore. And this was after this thing was made known to Ezra, how they had transgressed, but it had been a long time, we'll find out, since the law of God had been taught. And you have to have knowledge of the law, and have to have understanding, if you wish to be observant to it. But while Ezra was praying, we'll find out, this great congregation comes to him. He is casting himself down. Verse 2, And Shechaniah, and the son of Jehiel, one of the sons of Elam, answered and said unto Ezra, We have broken faith with our God, and have married foreign women of the peoples of the land, yet now there is hope for Israel concerning this thing. And Shechaniah, these are those that abide with God, and he's the son of Jehiel, this one who come forth from Jehiel, those that were swept away by the mighty one. He's one of the sons of Elam, those of eternity. Says to Ezra, We have broken faith with our God, and have married these foreign women, and these foreign women of the peoples of the land. That was those that were in the land when they come forth. God said these would be a thorn in your side, and God's just trying to prove himself that he's right, because we'll find that God is righteous, he's just, he's always right. He said, Don't take of these, for they'll lead your sons astray, and that's exactly what had happened. These foreign women, they're these women. Woman means from man. means that from man, and we'll find out it's the understandings, these teachings, these abominations that was in the land when the children of Israel come in. These things that were foreign, they're not of God. These things that the people of the land did. 3. Now therefore let us make a covenant with our God to put away all the wives, and such as are born of them, according to the counsel of the Lord, and of those that tremble at the commandment of our God, and let it be done according to the law. Now therefore, let us make a covenant with our God to put away all the wives. And this would be very much like a covenants of the beginning, to put away these understandings that men have partook of. See, this that God said, you shall not do that. And all these things that have come from it, these things that have been born, they have come forth from these understandings. It's a similitude. And everybody will find out, do it according to that which is written in the law of God. 4. Arise, for the matter belongs unto you, and we are with you. Be of good courage, and do it. And Shecaniah, these that abide with God, says, arise now, because this matter belongs to you. And he was talking to Ezra. Ezra was the one who was supported. He was the priest. He's the son of Aaron. He's a priest. The priests are those that were separated out in the beginning. They are the only ones who can handle the covenant. They are the ones who can have the right to distinguish the law. 5. Then arose Ezra, and made the chiefs of the priests, the Levites, and all Israel to swear that they would do according to this words. So they swore. So Ezra, he's supported, the one who is supported or supports. He made the chiefs of the priests. That's those that stand before God, and the Levites. That's those that join. All Israel, all those that contend with the Mighty One, to swear that they would do according to the word. And this word, we'll find out that the priest, the chief priest, always has the overall word of the congregation, because God had put him there for that purpose. 6. Then Ezra rose up from before the house of God, and went into the chamber of Jehochanan, the son of Eliashib. And when he came there, he did eat no bread, nor drank water, for he mourned because of the faithlessness of them of captivity. So Ezra raises up, he gets up, and he goes from before the house of God. He goes out of the house of God and into the chamber, this room of Jehochanan. And Jehochanan is God's mercy. My God has mercy. He is the son of Eliashib. Eliashib, this mighty one who turns back, and there he would not eat no bread. Did not eat bread is to deny yourself substance, that which nourishes the flesh, and that which stands for that which nourishes the soul. See, that would be the substance. Drank no water. That is this water that nourishes the body. See, the water that nourishes the soul, that would be the word of God, the understanding of it. 7. And they made proclamation throughout Judah and Jerusalem unto all the children of the captivity, that they should gather themselves together unto Jerusalem. So they make a proclamation, and it goes throughout all Judah. That's that place of praisings. And Jerusalem, that's that place of peaceful teachings, or the teachings of peace, unto your children of captivity. And that's all those of captivity. These are the little ones of captivity, that they should gather themselves together to Jerusalem. And they did. 8. And whosoever came not within 3 days, according to the counsel of the princes and the elders, all his substance should be forfeited, and himself separated from the congregation of the captivity. And this proclamation, would be a very stringent proclamation, all these, and that whosoever should not come within these 3 days, and that would be to complete even these understandings according to this counsel of the princes. That's the rulers, the elders, all those that was over the houses of their fathers, that all his substance should be forfeited. He would lose his inheritance, is basically what that means. And him himself would be separated from the congregation. He would be cast out. Even that congregation of captivity, those that had come back from the captivity. 9. Then all the men of Judah and Benjamin gathered themselves together unto Jerusalem within 3 days. It was the 9th month, and on the 20th day of the month. And all the people sat in the broad place before the house of God, trembling because of this matter, and for the great rain. Then all the men of Judah and Benjamin gathered themselves together unto Jerusalem within the 3 days. You can bet you that. Find they was gathered up there, all those appraisings, these sons of my right hand, or this work of my strength, this son, this one to come forth from my strength. All the children gathered themselves to get to Jerusalem, and it would be to complete the understanding, so that you could witness. It was in the 9th month, because there's going to be a harvest. There's a portion of harvest in the lesser light. That period of the cycle of the moon. See, the moon's got a cycle of darkness and a cycle of light. And that would be that lesser light that God gave to rule the darkness in the beginning. It would be on the 20th day. It would be on the 20th day. 20th is redemption. 20 means redemption. It is 2 tens. That is to witness the law, even this portion in the understanding of that lesser light, of even this lesser teaching. All the people sat in that broad place of the house of God. That's that place that was made wide in the house of God. They were trembling because of this matter, because they was going to lose their inheritance if they didn't show up. And there was a great rain. And this great rain, it was raining. But we'll find out. This great rain is this great understanding coming from heaven, this water falling out of understanding. 10. And Ezra the priest stood up and said unto them, You have broken faith, and have married foreign women, to increase the guilt of Israel. And Ezra, this one of support, he's the priest, this one stands before God. He stands up and says unto them, You have broken faith. You have not kept the law of God, and have married foreign women to increase the guilt of Israel, to make Israel, those that contend with the Mighty One, even more guilty than they are, by marrying these foreign women. Once again, these strange understandings that come from men. 11. Now therefore make confession unto the Lord, the God of your fathers, and do his pleasure. Separate yourselves from the peoples of the land, and from the foreign women. Now therefore confess your sins. Confess your sins, that you have polluted the understanding of God's law. Confess it, and do his pleasure. Keep the law of God. Separate yourselves from all the people of the land, all these others that got all their everything to go with it, other than that which God gave you in the beginning, that separated you then with the law, then put it in your heart, then separate yourselves from these foreign women, these understandings that come from men that God didn't give you. 12. Then all the congregation answered and said with a loud voice, As you have said, so it is for us to do. Because we'll see, Ezra was a priest. 13. But the people are many, and it is a time of much rain. We are not able to stand without, neither is the work of 1 day or 2, for we have greatly transgressed in this matter. And they say we will do it, but it's a time of much rain, and we are not able to stand outside. Neither is this a work of 1 day or 2. This can't be done in 1 day now, because it was to be the beginning of understanding, and 2, we would be able to witness it. We'll see this was a period where there was much rain. There was much water. Water's like understanding flowing down from heaven. And the people have greatly transgressed in this matter. 14. Let now our princes of all the congregation stand, and let all them that are in our cities that have married foreign women come to appointed times, and with them the elders of every city and the judges thereof, until the fierce wrath of our God be turned from us, as touching this matter. Now let all the rulers and the leaders and all the congregation stand, And let all them that are in our cities that have married these foreign women, all these that's done this, all these that's taken part in this, to come in these appointed times, at these periods that are appointed, and with them all their elders of every city, all those that stand over them, and their judges thereof, until the fierce wrath of our God be turned. To be turned. So till God turns his wrath, because that's the wrath of God when you went in and you took of these understandings that God didn't give you. See, you immediately got to judgment. 15. Only Yonatan, the son of Asahel, and Yasiah, the son of Tikvah, stood up against this matter. And Meshullam and Shabbatai, the Levite, helped them. But only, now there's always one, Yonatan. Yonatan is God's gift. God's gift. He is the son, and this one that come forth from Asahel, that was made of the mighty one. And Jekatsiah, this that was seen of God. He would be the one that come forth from Tikvah, that hope, stood up against them in this matter. And Meshullam and Shabbatai. Meshullam is this friend, the friend of the covenant. He's like this friend of the peace. And Shabbatai. Shabbatai is this my atonement, or my rest. This is that which is going to make desist or stop the ones that join. They help them. 16. And the children of captivity did so, and Ezra the priest, with certain heads of the fathers' houses after their houses, and all of them by their names, were separated, and they sat down on the first day of the 10th month to examine the matter. And the children of the captivity, all those that had come back from the captivity, did so with Ezra the priest, with these certain heads of their fathers' houses. These ones had transgressed after their fathers' houses, all of them by their names, were separated, and they sat down in the first month. This would be the beginning of the understandings, and they, even in that 10th month, and that would be that portion of the law in the lesser light, to examine this matter. 17. And there they were finished with all the men that had married foreign women by the first day of the first month. So by the end of the first day of the first month, that would be the beginning of the understanding. And even in this beginning of this lesser light, this lesser teaching, or this lesser understanding that we can get, they finished, they completed these ones who had taken unto themselves these foreign women, or these things that come from men. 18. And among the sons of the priests there were found that had married foreign women, namely the sons of Yeshua, the son of Jehozadak, and his brethren, Maaseiah, and Eleazar, and Yarib, and Gedaliah. And among these would be those that come forth from the priest. That's those that stood before God. There were found that had married these foreign women, or had took unto them these strange things that come from men, namely ones that come forth from Yeshua, that he saved. He was the one that come forth from Yozadak, God's righteousness, God's justice, and his brethren, those of the same understanding, Maaseiah, that work of God, and Eleazar, that's the mighty one of support, and Yarib is the adversary. And Gedaliah is this magnified of God, not even that which is being made known of God, that which God causes to be seen. 19. And they gave their hand, that they would put away their wives, and being guilty, they offered a ram of the flock for their guilt. And they gave their hand, they give their works, that they would put away their wives, put away these understandings that they had taken, and being guilty, because they was guilty of it, they offered a ram. A ram is one that exalts itself over the flock, this lesser, even that flock that's easy to lead, for they for their guilt, because they were guilty in doing this. 20. And of the sons of Immer, Kanani and Zebediah. And these would be the sons of Immer. Immer means he has said, and these ones that come forth from this thing that he has said. Kanani, that is my mercy, and Zebediah, this would be that which is endowed of God. 21. And the sons of Karim, Maaseiah, and Eliah, and Shemaiah, and Yeiel, and Uzziah. And these would be the sons of Karim. Karim is this, the dedicated. This is the work of God. Ishmael, that hears the mighty one. They hear the mighty one. Eliah, the mighty one of God. And Shemaiah, those that hear God. And Yehiel, those that are swept away by the mighty one. Uzziah are the strengths of God. 22. And of the sons of Pashkur, Elionai, Maaseiah, Ishmael, Nethanel, Josabad, and Elisah. And these would be the sons of Pashkur. Pashkur is these that was torn loose. These are those that was torn loose. These that we can almost say escaped. Elionai is the mighty one we see. This mighty one we see. Josabad, there's this one who was this endowed, this one who got endowed. And Elisah is this one whom the mighty one has made. 23. And of the Levites, Josabad, and Shemai, and Kelaiah, the same as Kelita, and Petaiah, Judah, and Eliezer. And these would be the ones of the Levites, these ones who joined. There would be Josabad, that's the one God endowed, and Shemai, those of fame. Kelaiah, this is the same as Kelita. These are those that disgraced of God. They are disgraced of God. Petaiah is this that was loosed of God. They were loosed of God, like dogs that were caged could be let loose. Judah, those of praisings, and Eliezer, even the mighty one of support. 24. And of the singers, Eliashib, and of the porters, Shalom, and Telem, and Jeri. And these would be the ones of Eliashib, the sons of Eliashib. Eliashib are these that God restores. And of the porters, those that keep the gate, that would be Shalom, and that would be those of peace, and Telem, those of oppression. And Jeri, that is that light that comes from the fire of God, the fiery light we see. 25. And of Israel, of the sons of Parosh, Ramiah, and Itziah, and Malchiah, and Miamin, and Eleazar, and Malchiah, and Benaiah. These would be the sons of Parosh. Parosh is the leader of destruction. There would be Ramiah, that's that which is raised up of God. Itziah, that which was sprinkled of God, or this anointing of God. And Malchiah, that is the king of God. He is Miamin, and that is from that right hand, that great work. And Elisar, it would be the mighty one, even is supported, and Malchiah, that king of God, and Benaiah. Benaiah is even that which is established of God. 26. And the sons of Elam, Mattaniah, Zechariah, and Yehiel, and Abdi, and Yeremoth, and Eliah. These would be those that come forth from Elam, even eternity. Mattaniah was that gift of God. Zechariah, those that remembered of God. Yehiel, those that were swept away by the mighty one. Abdi, the father's servant. Yeremoth, those that are raised up. and Eliab, even that mighty one of God. 27, the sons of Zatu, Elionai, Eliashib, Mattaniah, and Yeremot, and Zabad, and Atzitza. And these would be the sons of Zatu, his brightness. Elionai, the mighty one we see. And this would be the mighty one we see. Eliashib, the mighty one who turns back. Mattaniah, that gift of God. Yeremot, that they've raised up. And Zabad, the endowment. And Atzitza, that strong refuge. 28, and of the sons of Babai, Yehochanan, Conaniah, Zabai, Athlai, and these would be the ones that come forth from Babai, my captives. Yehochanan, that's that mercy of God, God's mercy. Conaniah, even that pity of God. Zabai, the pureness, my pureness. Athlai, even the afflicted, my afflicted. Bani, and these would be 29, and of the sons of Bani, Mashulam, Aluk, Araiah, Yashub, Sheal, and Ramot. These would be those that come forth from that which was built. Mashulam, that friend, remember that's that friend, even that peace. Maluk is the counselor of the king. Araiah, this removed of God. Yashub, one he turned back. Sheal, inquiring, asking questions, and remote of these high places that are everywhere. 30, and of the sons of Pakat, Moab, Adnah, and Kalal, Benaiah, Maaseiah, Mattaniah, Bezalel, Binui, and Manasseh. And these would be those that come forth from Bakat Moab, that pit of her father, that pit, that hole. It would be Adnah, that ones who delight oneself, it's to delight oneself. And Kalal, that, and to make it complete. Benaiah, that even that which is established of God. Maaseiah, that work of God. Matanai, the gift of God. The Bezalel, that shadow of the mighty one, or that mighty one, even the shadow that it causes. Benui, those that are built up, even that which is builded, and Manasseh, that causes to forget. 31, and the sons of Karim, Eleazar, Ishiah, Malchiah, Shemaiah, and Shimeon. And these would be those that come forth from Karim, the dedicated. Eleazar, that mighty one of support. And Ishiah, Yeshia, that was Len of God. Malchiah, even the king of God. Shemaiah, that which is heard of God. Shimeon, that which was heard. That which you've heard. Even these things we hear. 32, Benjamin, Maluch, Shemariah. Benjamin, it will be the strength of my right hand, or strength of my work. Maluch, that counselor. Shemariah is that which was guarded of God. These things that were guarded of God, of the sons of Hakashum. Matanai, Matata, Zabad, Eliphele, Yeremai, Manasseh, and Shemai. And of these things was heard of God, of these sons of Kashum. These with much, these that have much. The Matanai, my gifts, is what they have. Matata, even the gift of God. Zabad, that endowment. Eliphele, even that mighty one has escaped. Even this mighty one who has escaped. That which we know what he's escaped. Yeremai, and my lifted up. Manasseh, those that cause to forget. Even those that listen. 34. Of the sons of Bani, Maadai, Amram, and Uel, and these would be those that come forth from Bani, that which was builded. Maadai, the ornaments of God. Amram, the nations have exalted the will of the Mighty One. 35. Benaiah, Beriah, Keluhu, and this was established of God. Beriah, it's the servant of God. Keluhu, it's the accomplishment. 36. Vanaiah, Merimot, Eliashib, Vanaiah. This is the praise of God, that which is elevated. It's Eliashib, the mighty one, who restores. 37. Mataniah, Matanai, and Yaasai. And Mataniah, it's the gift of God. The gift of God. And Matanai, even those goodly gifts, those many gifts that God gives. And Yaasai, they will work, or they will perform. 38. And Bani, and Banui, and Shemai, and this that is established, that which is established. Banui is those that are built. These things that are built is Shemai, those that listen to those that listen. 39. Shelemiah, and Natan, and Adaiah, that repaid of God. Those that hear that which was repaid of God. Natan, the gift that is removed of God. Adaiah. 40. Magna Dabai, Shashai, Sharai, Magna Dabai. My willings are brought low. These that were willing are brought low. Shashai, my noble. Sharai, my released. These ones that were let go or escaped. Asarel, and Shelemiah, and Shemariah. Asarel is that which is supported of the Mighty One, that which is guarded of God, the peace, Shalom. 41. Asarel is that which was supported of the Mighty One. Shelemiah is the repaid of God, that which was repaid of God. Shalom, that peace. 42. Shalom, Amariah, Yosef. That Shalom, that peace. Amariah, that which is spoken of God, that God has added. Yosef. 43. Of the sons of Nebo, Yehiel, Mattatiah, Zabad, Zabina, Yadai, and Joel, Benaiah, and these would be those that come forth from Nebo, the prophet. Yehiel, that which is swept away by the Mighty One. Mattatiah, that gift of God. The endowment, Zabad, Zabina, that which was bought, it was purchased. Yadai, his witness, and Joel, that God, because God, he is the God of the Mighty One. And Benaiah, even that which was established of God. 44. All these had taken foreign wives, and some of them had wives by whom they had children. All these had taken these foreign understandings, these understandings that are foreign to that which God gave you in the beginning. See, God gave you the law in the beginning for your own good, for your own wisdom, for your own understanding. We're going to finish the book of Ezra. Ezra is a book that has two messages if you can hear it, and one if you can't. Search it. Everything's written so that we can have understanding. God give you understanding in the beginning. God give you knowledge. It's simple. It's the law of God. And we'll find out it's always the return to the law of God that brings deliverance. And that is the deliverance. The law of God. It was the mercy in the beginning. Let's move forward to Haggai. I know the book Nehemiah is next, but we're not going there. We're going to go to Haggai. And then I hope to see you there. Turn and return.